our session today, I got all your questions that you sent over. Medyo marami-rami nga sila. So what I did was to make sure we're efficient with our time, I categorized the more beginner ones at the start so that everybody can relate, and it will go more intermediate, more advanced as we go along. So I will do the questions that were sent ahead. Then, depending on what time we finish, what time I finish with that, I'll try to make time as well for mga live calls naman, no? Mga live questions. So I just wanted to reward people who sent in the questions earlier. Okay? So, yeah. So, before we start, siguro, I'll give more a minute or two for everyone to come in para sabay-sabay tayo mag-start. Yeah. So, can you tell me in the chat, where are you based now? I know everyone is on home quarantine. Just want to see where you guys are from. Puro QC. So far, Brian, Mads, how about others? Imus, Caloocan din. I'm recording this, so hopefully, if everything goes well, may recording tayo, right? Faith the Gig, Isabella, smart. Darius smart. Mommy N from San Juan. Yan. Right, all right, perfect. So some of this will be, a lot of this sa simula will be, for some of you, I can see some familiar names. This will be more of a review, and perhaps sa mga iba naman na mga baguhan, no, it will be a more, I guess, I gave a little twist dito sa answers ko dito, just to emphasize the, I guess, something that you don't see on the surface layer, no, ng when you ask these questions or when you look for FAQs online. Okay, Jason from Mindoro. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions later on, please save them for later, no, so I can discuss them while you're here. Maybe I can get you on the call as well, no. Then please remind me na lang before we end, mag-class picture tayo, no, for our remembrance. Okay. So, okay, so it's 3:05. I don't want to use too much of your time. Baka busy kayo sa Netflix or sa TikTok videos nyo. So, if you're ready, can you type in ready sa chat and we'll go straight ahead to our first question. All right. Yan, si Chris, pump na pump. work break. Yan. Right. Let me get like 5 more ready. Para naman, ano tayo, game lahat, no? I want everyone to participate. Yan. There. Perfect, perfect. Alright, sige, sige. Daming request ni Alan, eh, no? So, let's go. Alright, so let me do this. There we go. So, first question is from Jet Magallanes, no? Tama naman question niya. What are information products? So, that is the first thing that we're going to be discussing. So, ano ba sila? Basically, to answer that, let me ask you a question, okay? Let me ask you a question. If you need something, yeah, if you need to know something, what's the fastest way for you to find the answer? Question ko to sa inyo, ha? Without the internet, ha? Without the internet. Kung may gusto kang masagot, di ba? Na agad-agad, what do you do? Let me know dito sa chat. Sabihin natin, hindi mo mag-google. Magtatanong or magbabasa. Great answer. Ask someone. How about others? Great answers. Brian, if you don't mind, please keep the questions na lang later on. Para wala naman kasi akong assistant right now. So hindi ko ma-scroll back yung questions later on. So let's keep that for later. Ask someone who knows. Hi, sweet. Ella, ask someone who knows it. Perfect. Exactly. Yun nga yung sunod ko dito. Ask somebody. Okay? Ask somebody. So I'll be whipping out, okay? Please tolerate my drawing, no? But I'll be whipping out my, my stylus here. So exactly, yun nga yung ginagawa natin, di ba? You ask someone. Yan. Humans yan. Just to be sure. Mommy and encyclopedia. Yan, abutan ko rin yan. So, you have a question, okay? The other party has an answer, okay? So basically, that's a transfer of knowledge. And chances are, for one question, ganun din lang with sa email list or if you have an audience, for every person who replies with the questions, for example, everyone who responded to my email, nagsulat ng Dear Alan, and gave me their question, chances are hindi sila lang nag-iisip ng tanong na yon. Chances are there are 30 people who have that same question. But alam mo yun, not everybody will take the effort to ask it. Okay? So chances are for every one person who has that question, there are, say, a lot more people who are waiting to answer, who has that question. Okay? And not everyone has access to this one person. Say, this is your brother, di ba? You have access to him, he can give you the answer right away. But not everyone has access to your brother who has that knowledge, right? So, in a way, information products are a way to, yung brain mo, yung knowledge mo, yung brain, it's packaging that knowledge into something that's accessible, say a PDF, right? A PDF that more people can access easily, okay? And of course, they're willing to pay a price for that, okay? Peso man yan or dollar. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? You're basically being paid for your knowledge. Okay? So, para malinaw, saan nanggagaling to? Okay, so in that case, marami tayong forms of information products, right? So there are PDF. That's why, kaya nga, even before information products, diba, hindi naman siya digital lang eh. Like just a book, having a book, yung sabi nga ni Mami, encyclopedia, those are already information products. Those are, kumbaga, physical ones. What we're talking about are digital ones, diba? So it's basically turning those physical information products digital, okay? So PDF, say videos, right? Videos, whether it's a YouTube, sa Vimeo, paid or unpaid, or ngayon nauuso, podcast, right? Who among you here are listening to podcasts? You type in yes or no, here's the chat. Just want to get an idea how many consume it. Dolly, yes. How about the others? Si Attorney, yes. Ella, Marie, sorry. Pat, no. Who else? Bea, no. Maita, Mark sometimes. Mommy, and no. So let's say 50-50. Okay? A little over 50% do listen to podcasts or I guess audio programs. I think lahat naman, di ba, nakaranas sa makinig sa radio. Basically, it's radio pero on demand, yung podcast, right? So that's another way of consumption. That's another way of information product. Okay? That's another way it is packaged. Yan. So, malinaw ba so far? So I'll spare you with my drawing. There you go. Yan. So I'll give you some examples of product information products, no? So, of course, there are ebooks, okay? Ebooks. Yan. Hi, Louis. Louis, yan. There are ebooks. So, ito, mga PDF to. So, this is from Billy, no? Sa left-hand side, yung CCNA. He's a member of Inbox Society as well. And he made a living out of selling that ebook. PDF yan, na actually piniprint ng mga students yan, eh. Of course, here there are online coaching. This one from Michael Haig. So, digital din to. Instead of one-on-one meeting, you pay for consultation. You do it via call. Okay? Of course, meron ding audiobooks. So, sumisikat din ngayon like yung sa Audible, right? Audible.com. You can buy audiobooks there. Because, syempre, lalo na ako, hilig din ako kung dati naghugas ako ng plato, nakikinig ako ng audiobooks or podcasts na natututo ka din, which is good for like low brain activity tasks like cleaning stuff or alam mo, nag-arrange ka ng mga bagay-bagay because you don't have to watch it, diba? You can just listen to it, you can multitask. And I'm sure women are better with multitasking. So, sa akin hanggang audio lang, no? I can't do anything else. Of course, there are membership sites like Truly Rich Club. So this is for stock market investing naman. So ang binibigyan nila are tips, newsletters on what to buy and when to sell sa stock market. Okay, so those are information. Those are the types of products that you can sell. Okay, and actually even si Steph Curry may online course. Okay, so it's under the Masterclass brand. So yung Masterclass man, they get mga A-list from each niche, no, to teach. So they have like sila Steve Martin for comedy, James Patterson for writing mysteries, like mga A-listers. Okay? So online course, meron din siya niyan. So how do you want to find out how much you need to sell in order to earn, say, 100,000 pesos of information products? If yes, type in 100K, 10000. dito sa chat. Okay, Mads? Yan. All right. No, exclamation point pa iba. Okay, so just to give you an idea, a rough estimate, no, how much you need to sell of each para yun nga, makaabot ka dun sa magic six-figure number. So I made a rough estimate, no? So for a book that's priced at 495 pesos, okay? If you sell like 203 copies, you can get 100,048, 485 pesos. So that's roughly around 7 ebooks a day. An audiobook price at say $20, diba? 950. You have that, okay? You need to sell around 3.5 or roughly 4 copies. So if you have an online course that you sell at 10K, you just need to enroll 10 students, no? And that's around 2.5 students a week or or 0.33 a day, okay? So parang kaluluwa lang muna sa isang araw, okay na. One-to-one coaching, if you're selling that for $25,000 pesos na say 4 sessions or depende kung paano mo ipapackage, you just have to book one per week. Okay? So, kasi minsan, like, I'm not sure if this is the case with you, no? But when I started off, I was thinking when selling books, di ba? Parang kailangan ang dami mong mabenta just to make 100,000. No? Pero kung isipin mo, 203, it doesn't seem a whole lot, di ba? I mean, madami siya, but hindi siya yung parang libo-libo na una mong iisipin. Okay? And the higher price your offer is, the less you have to sell. And ang maganda dito, there's nothing barring you from selling ebooks, audiobooks, online course, and one-to-one coaching. Right? So if you don't hit 203, pwede mo siyang mabawi sa audiobook, right? Everyone who buys your ebook, you can offer the audiobook. Okay? And all of those customers, you can upsell to your online course. So actually, if you think about it that way, you don't have to sell that much, diba? You can sell a little of each and you can still reach that 100K target. Okay? Is that clear? Maganda din yung timing natin because according to studies nga, the e-learning market going in their projections no until 2023, it's expected to be a $65.41 billion industry. And as you've seen, diba? Like well, pardon my language, but when shit happens, lahat tayo pinapawork at home, di ba? And it's not hard to imagine that hindi lang work from home. Like even students who are at home right now, they're learning from home, right? That's e-learning as well. Like meron akong pamangkin, nakita ko, meron silang Zoom call. Like tayo, nag-Zoom call tayo. They also have a Zoom call with their, I'm not sure kung kindergarten or elementary teacher nila yon. Right? The learning never stops. Okay? And that goes not only for children, but for adults as well. Especially if you want to advance your career, improve your knowledge, improve your skill, and to get better jobs, right? Or convert more for your business. The learning is never stops, no? So this is a good industry to be in. Okay. So the next question is, what are the essential things I need to start? Okay. Anybody else who had this question as well? Could you type in me sa chat? Bea, oh, you're already starting na, Bea, di ba? How about others? Yes, attorney Arlene. Hi, Arlene, the yoga queen. Photography and yoga queen. Charlene, hi, Alfonso, Glyza, yeah. Okay, so in order to answer that, I'll answer that with another question. Kakainis, no? But I think I have a specific purpose for that, no? So my question for you, why are you here at this call right now? Bakit ka nandito? Like, pwede ka naman mag-Netflix, baka pwede ka mag-Zumba ngayon, or play games with your family. Why are you here right now at 3:20 p.m. on a random Thursday afternoon listening to this call? I don't want to become employed ever again. To learn? To learn what? Why do you want to learn? Kumbaga, why do you want to learn? Alfonso and Chris, why do you want to learn? Ask that deeper question. Challenge yourself. I want to learn how to have a passive income. Mads, why? Why? Why do you want to have that passive income? make money, that's fine, yes. Gather business ideas. Someone may have a question na hindi ko natanong. All my weddings canceled. Kay Arlene, looking for another source of income. Be financially free. Jonathan, just to refresh. Cool. Support. Thank you, Julius. Here's for making money. All right. All right. So, to have a fallback in case shit hits the fan. So, I think what your answer to me is, I think may 3 layers deeper pa. Right? 3 layers deeper pa. So you don't have to answer me this right now, no? But ask yourself, no, 3 more times. Why? So you want to be financially free. Why? Why does that matter to you? What can you do if you're financially free? What can you avoid doing if you're financially free? Right? Um, so if you don't mind, Arlene, I'd like to ask you this para may example tayo. Are you game, Arlene? Para game. So you said about passive income, another income source, diba? Why why is that important for you right now? Since you, to give you a background, Arlene is a talented photographer and she does a lot of weddings. And of course, as you know, mga weddings ngayon canceled, no? So why is that important for you right now? Yep, to feed my family, right? Basic needs. So it what does it say about you if you can fulfill those needs for your family? And yeah, so if you can fulfill, right? You're responsible, 'di ba? You're doing your duty. And on the flip side, ang takot mo dyan is you can't fulfill those duties. Magugutom yung family mo. You'll be seen as like I myself as I'm a parent, 'di ba? And natatakot ako like to be seen as well na parang hindi responsible, not being caring enough, not being able to fulfill my duties as a parent. Okay? Yan, a good mom, good wife, right? At the end of the day, nakikita niyo yun, na lumalalim yung sagot, di ba? It's more than just the money. It's more than just providing food. It's also, at the end of the day, it will reflect on who we are, our identity, being a good mom, a good wife, a good provider, um, somebody that's responsible, hindi pabaya, okay? Hindi puro TikTok. Yeah? So, yan. So yan, lumalalim na, di ba? Nakita niyo lumalalim na. So that's the layer yung kailangan natin mapasok. So that's what I call yung big why. Okay, that big why. So, yun yung unang-unang essential na kailangan meron tayo. So bakit? Bakit siya importante? Because later on, I will show you the tools, I will give you calculations. Nakita niyo na kanina, may mga computation na tayo. How much you need to invest, the strategies, but how you react to them, 'di ba? How you react to them will depend on whether or not you have this big why. Okay? So, let me explain. For example, nanonood ka ng Netflix or YouTube, nakahiga ka sa kama, ang sarap-sarap ng higa mo. Okay? Tapos medyo nakaramdam ka ng konting uhaw. Pero yung baso mo, nandun pa sa side table or nasa mesa, kailangan mo pa tumayo. Lakad yung mga 10 steps para makuha, tsaka uminom. Sino dito yung tatamarin niya? Parang, sige, titiisin ko na lang. Hindi naman ako nag-jingle, hindi naman ako uhaw na uhaw. So, tatapusin ko lang matapos yung episode tsaka ka tatayo. Who would say that you do that? Type in me na lang dito if that's you. Ako din, totoo. I will do that as well. Kung hindi ko ma-reach na habang nasa kama ako, baka hihintayin ko yung next break, next commercial, or matapos yung episode. Right? Yan. Huwag na mahiya. Okay lang tayo lang. Friends lang tayo. Walang makakita. Yan. Sige. Let's get a couple more answers. Pwede naman no kung hindi. Huwag kayong ma-pressure. Alright. Sige. So imagine this. ipapakuha sa brother. Smart ka, smart. Um, Imagine this, same situation. Now, sabihin natin, mas malayo pa yung table kung nasaan yung inumin. 20 steps, okay? Pero change that water into a bottle of milk, okay? Tapos ang humihingi, hindi ikaw, but yung umiiyak na baby. What will you do? Kuha agad, Mads. How about others? Hintay na rin matapos yung episode. How about others? Yung totoo, ha? No choice, kuha agad. Medyo mabigat pa sa loob, ha? Kuha agad, kuha agad. Can't relate. Baby first. Kuha agad. Yeah, ibibigay sa bata. Excuse me. So, yun yung difference ng big why, right? It's the same situation, okay? Pretty much the same situation. You have to get up and get a beverage, okay? But the second one, you have a big why. Kasi for the health of the baby yun eh. Yun sa'yo medyo mas c'est la vie ka pa kasi it's your own body, etc. Okay? But if you have a big why, a bigger reason to do something, the same situation, mas mahirap pa sa second situation, di ba? So, palalakarin mo. You will find a way to make it happen, right? That's why I want you to identify your big why, because I'll be showing you each and every one of you the same thing, right? And everyone will react differently, okay? Whether you say na masyado mahirap yan, Alan, yung pinapagawa mo. Or, you can see the same thing and sasabihin mo sa sarili mo, gagawin ko yan ng paraan para magawa. Diba? That will depend on how big your why is. Okay? So, si Chris Borromeo, actually, she emailed me kanina lang before I went on. No? Tinatanong niya, how would you know that you're ready to do this info product business? And what I would say is that if after nung call na to, you're more excited than you're afraid, you're probably ready to try it out. I'm not saying that magiging successful ka na, but you're probably ready to go through the ups and downs of this. Okay? Pero kung after nito, parang lalo kong na-stress, you don't think you're ready, parang nasayang lang oras mo, chances are you're not yet ready. Okay? Is that clear? Did that make sense to you guys? Can you type in make sense in chat if it did? Yeah. All right. Thanks, Faith, Brian. All right. All right. Yan. Perfect. So next, let's go to the next question. Now that we're here now, let me ask you another question. Live Q&A, pero ako yung tanong ng tanong, you know? When you do this, no? When you do this, like selling information product, you do understand that you'll be an entrepreneur, right? So you can post your answer here. So very, interactive talaga. I'll also be asking you questions. Hindi ko nasabi yun. Yes, right. But did you notice I excluded something? Okay. I didn't say part-time entrepreneur or sideline. Okay. Just simply entrepreneur. Okay. Why? Because in my experience, no, one of my biggest mistakes is keep calling myself a part-time entrepreneur. Okay. Yun yung isa sa mga mali na ginawa ko. Looking back, no, because it's not, hindi siya sa wording eh. It's not the vernacular. It's not the actual word part-time. It's the thinking behind it. Na I always give myself an out because sinasabi ko, like I'm working full-time sa store namin, so I just do this on the side. So if meron akong hindi na-execute, or sometimes pagod na ako, then I would, instead of working at night or in morning, sabihin ko parang I give myself an out kasi pagod na ako sa work, etc. It's that mentality. Yun yung nakakatakot. Okay, sabihin ko, I don't have enough time, I'm only doing this part-time. Kaya I justify na nagiging limited yung growth ko. Okay? So that's something I want you to avoid if you're going to do this, no? Because entrepreneurship, it's not a factor of time, right? It's an identity. Let that sink in, no? It's not a factor of time, it's an identity. Because the downside of associating that with time is the more you'd be thinking that the more you work, the more you make. Okay? Of course, there is some truth in that. Yet, meron din namang businesses, di ba, where they are running smoothly. The owner doesn't have to be in there day in, day out. And the operations, so day in, day out operations anymore, no? They can even take 2 months 2-month-long vacations with minimal supervision. Okay? Does that make them less of an entrepreneur? Yes or no sa chat? Dahil ba nasa vacation siya, pero tumatakbo yung business niya, di ba? Does that make him less of an entrepreneur? No, no, no. Okay? In fact, one would argue that it even makes them more of a businessman because yun yung main goal natin, di ba? To have control of your time without worrying about money. Okay? Di ba? Would you agree? Yun yung ultimate goal natin, to have control of our time without worrying about the money. So, in reality, yun nga yung maganda eh. Yung hindi tali yung oras mo sa business. Okay? And I would want you to approach yung entrepreneurship the same way. Right? Even if you're doing part-time, you don't call yourself part-timer. Diba? You're a full-time, say, like in the case of Attorney Easy, you're a full-time lawyer, you're also a full-time entrepreneur. Diba? It may, you may not agree with this, but sa akin lang, it's very powerful in terms of mindset. No, because it allows you to be that problem solver rather than someone who retreats at the first sign of resistance. Okay, sure, time is a factor. Okay, because time is not necessarily related to money. Okay, yes, may factor siya. Okay, but by treating it as an identity, when you face a roadblock, you find a way to get through it one way or another, instead of just retreating to the "I'm only doing this part-time" excuse. Okay. Now, I understand that someone doing this full-time will have an advantage. Okay, syempre, somebody doing this 24/7 compared to someone who's have a full-time job, may advantage talaga siya. So I'm not expecting you to have the same result as they are. But at the same time, I want you to know that you can do so much more than you think you can as a part-timer in terms of time, no? Than you're being led to believe. Okay? Yan. I wanted to start off with this mindset because I believe it's super important. Okay? It's a difference of seeing something as a cost or something as an investment. Okay? Is that clear? Thank you, Mommy, and thank you, Julius. No, si Mommy N, like she's a veteran entrepreneur, and I think she embodies this very much. No, yan. So speaking of which, okay, I think when you think of running a business, ask ko naman sa inyo to, what are the costs that you think are involved? Let me know dito sa chat. Ano ba yung mga sa tingin nyo, okay, top of mind, ano ba yung mga capital, ano ba kailangan nyo bayaran kapag nag-start kayo ng business? So I'll start it off. Say, of course, rental. Okay, rental ng pwesto. That's usually the one thing that we think of, right? Office space, salary, utilities, exactly. Yan, kuryente, registration, staff, yon, salary, that's a big one. Ano pa yung mga ibang naisip nyo? Kahit nasabi na, like the way you word it. Legal expenses, you would know that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Hindi yan mura, di ba? Business online. Okay. Gear, staff, website, internet. Right. So, I'll touch on that later on. Oh. So, I want to share muna what makes an info product profitable. Okay? So, I know some of you are pretty familiar with this already, no? Some of you may even know the story that I'm gonna share. But parang just as a refresher, amuse me na lang. Allow me to indulge for a bit, especially sa mga bago, no? So what makes an info product profitable? To answer that, let me share a quick story, no? When I was in high school, I'm a big basketball fan. And medyo chubby pa ako nung nasa high school. So gusto ko mga basketball player, mga malalaking players, no? So what you see on screen is a pair of shoes of Shaquille O'Neal, no? So he's a 7'1" giant. Laking katawan. He was a dominant NBA player, no? Tapos I wanted to buy a pair of sneakers. Ito in particular. Sinabi ko sa parents ko, pumayag sila, sige, bili tayo. Ano, parang si Homer, woohoo! So guys, super happy, payag sila. Then, I was expecting all along that you would go sa mall. Yan. Pero, syempre, being cost-conscious as my parents were, dito kami nabumagsak. Actually, I'm not sure what picture that is. No? Pero ang point ko is pumunta kami sa Recto. And I just chose between Hinanap ko na yung pinakamalapit na design dun sa pair of shoes na yun. Kasi walang Reeboks dun. And medyo malayo pa rin napili ko. Instead of black and white, parang black, purple siya. So medyo malayo. And simula, I was a bit disappointed. So, bakit hindi nila pinaga bumili noon, no? Then, syempre, I was starting to help out with our family business. Then, na-realize ko isang transaction. Okay. So, isang transaction, ako yung cashier lang role ko noon. Like, we would sell 10,000 pesos of goods. And the pair of shoes, say, was around 4,000 pesos. So, sa taka ko, like, umaga pa lang, may 10K na tayong benta. Tapos, ayaw nila ako bilhan ng shoes. Medyo nagtampo pa ako. Sabi ko, bakit ganun? Ang dami mo, parang sa iisip ko, hindi mo pala ganun kahirap kumita. Pero that's when I slowly realized. Eventually, I studied accounting then, and eventually tinuro din sa akin ng dad ko na hindi ganun talaga yung pera. Akala mo in 10,000 sa'yo na, hindi pa. Okay? So this is how you make a profit sa physical business, no? Siyempre sabihin natin, sa 10,000 na sales, if you're doing wholesale, 900 would be, say, puhunan mo. Okay? So medyo conservative talaga to. Then, yung gross profit, yung kita mo, is 100 pesos. Okay? Say you have an overhead of 30,000. Sabihin natin lahat na yan, salary, kuryente, rent, yun lang. Sabihin natin, for simplification purposes, 30,000. So, kung yung rubber shoes 4,000, how much do we need to sell para kumita ng 4,000 na yun? So, if sa accounting, work back. So, 4,000, yung overhead, 30,000. So, dapat kitain natin 34,000. So, kayo, compute nyo muna. So, how much would we need to sell in order to reach yung 4,000? How much yung sales, yung benta? Right? Sabi, 10%, di ba? 10% yung gross profit of the sale. Okay, so how much yung dapat mabenta in order to get 34,000 in gross profit? No takers? Kahit mag-calculator, okay lang. So, sige, let me reveal that for you. In terms of sales lang, bro, Jonathan. So, it's 340,000. Diba? Pinakita ko dito ang computation is yung gross profit is 10% ng benta. So, 1,100. So, dito, we have 34,000, yung siyang 10%. So, the whole is 340,000 just to make that 4,000. Okay? So, that computation, makita mo yung how much you have to sell just to get that profit, just to get off the break-even and to reach that 4,000. Kaya talagang naintindihan ko bakit yung parents ko gusto talaga mag-cut ng cost. Kasi syempre, uunahin pa yung bahay, di ba? Yung pagkain, damit nyo, lahat ng basic needs. And this is like a luxury lang naman. Okay? So, how about sa digital business? Okay? So, let me ask you, yung sa ebook, di ba? Ebook, nabanggit ko nga, parang mostly PDF yan, di ba? So, actually, sa ebooks, you can already, let me start with the drawing again. Tiis muna. So, with the ebook, oops. Let me put away my notes first. There we go. Let me draw. So, with the ebook, what you can do is, say you have Word, Microsoft Word, right? You have a Word doc. Say you write out a short ebook. Say 20 tips to like shave your beard properly. Sabihin natin yan. So, what you do, after you do that, you hit File. If I'm not mistaken, File. Then you could export as, di ba? Export as, then PDF. Then voila. From here, naging PDF docs na siya. So that could be your ebook. Right? Let me ask you, how much does it cost to do that? Wala nang cover, like just you writing it and exporting it to PDF. Does it cost you anything? Internet lang, no cost. Another question. If I send that to you, sabihin natin for you, say Bea. If I send it to Bea, Does it cost me anything? Hindi naman eh. I'll just send an email to her with the link to the PDF with the attachment. If I send that like to all my friends, sabihin natin I have 10,000 friends, does it cost me anything additional to do that? Kasi hindi naman siya parang physical book that I have to reprint every copy I want to give, di ba? So it's just a digital file, no additional cost. Okay? So that's my point here. In terms of the cost of goods sold, kanina, di ba? 1,900 doon puhunan. Ang maganda dito with digital products, puhunan mo is basically, let me go back. Yan, medyo mas gamay ko na. It's essentially zero. Okay? It's essentially zero, especially for that. Okay? Malinaw ba? Kasi I don't want to show you the cost is zero without explaining that. Okay? So, having said that, if I want to, I'll give you example. For example, 5,000 yung overhead natin. Super taas na nito if you're starting out. I'm just being conservative. And I want to make that same 4,000 pesos. Ito na yung computation. 4,000 plus 5,000 overhead. Kailangan ko ng gross profit or kita ng 9,000. And sabi natin, ang cost is zero, di ba? So how much yung kailangan ko mabenta? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, what's your guess? How much do we have to sell if we have zero costs? Exactly, 9,000, right? So that's 340,000 versus 9,000. Okay, can you see why a lot the like e-learning market is getting bigger and a lot more people are doing courses, ebooks, podcasts, audiobooks? Kasi nakita mo maganda yung margin. Okay? Does that make sense? Malinaw ba? Yan. Perfect, perfect. All right. So, now I want to show you naman, pinakita ko sa'yo, overhead is 5,000. Sabi ko mataas. Ano ba talaga yung real value? Okay? So, for example, yung ginawa ko kanina sa physical business, yung 30,000, na-assume ko lang, rent 10K, utilities 10K, salary 10K. Abnormally low na nga yan, di ba? Would you agree? Nang baba pa yan, wala pa yan for warehousing sa bodega mo, insurance, transportation, ads. Okay? So, very conservative na yan. Okay? So, what about sa digital? Anong kailangan natin? So, this is just my opinion. There are other ways na pwede mong i-hack siya na wala kang babayaran, Facebook group lang. I want to grow my business in my own property. I'll talk about that later. No? So sa akin, in terms of yung critical assets na kailangan for a digital business, there are 3 essentials sa akin. So one, that's the domain. Okay, domain is yun yung address mo, like facebook.com, google.com. So it could be like jonathanruiz.com. So sa bahay, kung nag-order ka sa Lazada, okay, ito yung address na ilalagay mo, right? Ito yung address na ilalagay mo sa kung saan nila i-deliver, okay? So what I use usually is namecheap.com. So for example, to techreviewpinas.com. That's say $8 a year. A year to hindi to a month. $8 a year. So that would be say around 400 pesos. A year na yan So kung divide mo pa siya 12, di ba? Barely, parang barya lang talaga yung babayaran mo. Okay? Next is the web host. Okay? The reason na kailangan mo ng domain kasi hindi ka pwede mag-send ng emails if you're doing email marketing from a Gmail account. You have to have your own domain, your professional domain. No? Next is the web host. The web host naman, if yung domain is the address, yung web host, yan yung property kung saan nakatayo yung bahay. Okay? Yan yung lupa. Okay? That's the equivalent of the land where your property is standing on. Okay? So personally, I use SiteGround. Okay? So sa trial nila, like that's just $4 a month. So I'm not sure kung ganun pa ngayon. No? So I took this screenshot quite some time ago. So there's the link down below. So that's an affiliate link. You can go directly kung gusto mo. Kung gamitin mo lang yung link na yan, syempre I have some compensation. But yeah, yun lang. So kailangan mo siya, okay, to send out emails. So that would amount to say 210 pesos. Sorry, 210 pesos a month. So yan yung well, you usually pay this on an annual basis. So medyo lump sum siya for a year. Okay, so hindi mo talaga siya maramdaman monthly, pero isang bagsak siya to your credit card. And lastly, of course, the email service provider. So my preferred choice is Active Campaign. Now, so to give you an idea, ano ba yung email service provider? Now, think of it as your courier service ng message, okay? So example, nagbebenta ka sa Lazada, hindi ka naman nag-house to house to personally deliver all the products that you sell, di ba? So you outsource that to, say, someone like Lalamove, okay? So the same with emails. You don't manually send each email using Gmail. You use an ESP. Okay? That's the email service provider. Clear? So we'll talk more about this later on. So ito yung kailangan foundation in online business mo for growth, for scale, and for cost efficiency. Okay? So far, so good. Clear ba? We're halfway to slides. So I want to check in. Are we good so far? Izzy has a question. Is Sandbox a good alternative? It's a great alternative to test it out. I believe may mga limitations din siya when I was doing some research for it. But at the very least, if you want to get started at na hindi monthly yung cost mo, SendFox is a good option. So you can check out appsumo.com for SendFox. It's a good alternative to try test it out. Pero may limit siya, like up to 5,000 contacts lang. Okay, so if you want to grow bigger, there might be some limitation. Okay. So yeah. Right. So we're done with the must-have. So in total niyan, say, actually, outlier pa tong 400 kasi annual yan, no? More or less say 1.4. So mataas pa nga yung 1.5 na overhead. Ay, yung 5,000 na overhead, right? And yung 1.4 niyan, parang baka na isang kain yun lang sa labas, di ba? Kasama yung date sa asawa, date sa girlfriend. Or kahit baka ikaw na mag-isa, baka mag-buffet ka. 1.4, yun na yun. Yun yung operations. Instead of the Of course, yung internet, di ko na sinama. Kasi sabihin natin, may internet ka, gamit mo rin naman sa bahay yun, di ba? But yun yung kapalit ng utilities, rental, salary. Do you realize the difference? As we can see lately with the lockdown, a lot of businesses can't survive like more than 3 months. Kasi madami silang babayaran, rent, etc. And they're gonna use up their money for like mapapatay sila ng overhead, right? And cash flow, I think more than like income statement and balance sheet, yung statement of cash flow, doon talaga yung buhay ng business eh. Yung pasok at labas ng pera. And if you can have very low overhead, you can last longer. Okay? So that's one of the appeals of a digital business. And with those three assets lang, you can create a page like this, drive people to this page, sign up to your form, and your business is up and running. You could start selling, build a relationship via emails. Okay? That's bare bones, bare bones. And even if you expand like Facebook, freely naman yung Facebook, diba? So yeah. Clear before I move on to what niche sells well? You type in clear dito while I take a sip of water. Mahirap na ubuhin. Yan, perfect. Thank you, thank you. So next, what niche sells well? So that is asked by Job. So I'm gonna borrow a framework from Clay Collins. So what he shared was the 4 major markets. Okay, Clay Collins is a founder of Lead Pages. So that's dun ko siya nakilala, no. So according to him, the way he framed it is the major markets are those that gets you paid, gets you laid. I'm not sure if everyone understands you gets laid, but avoid dying, and expensive passion and habits and hobbies. Sorry. So getting paid, then yung businesses, investment, savings, personal finance, right? I would even say that to some extent, the personal development niche, medyo ano siya eh, it jumps through categories. Like, napapansin ko there are like affiliate launches na about business yung binibenta, but a lot of people who rank well, who sell well, selling business products are those in the personal development niche. Kasi nga, yung mentality ng tao dun are people who want to improve themselves, and that includes being better health-wise, financially, etc. Getting laid, so that's relationships, marriage, dating, yeah, intimacy with your partner. So you could imagine that yung getting paid that's where the higher ticket items you can sell because madali i-justify yung ROI, right? So of course with relationships, it's harder to justify yung ROI no, di ba? How could, kasi usually priceless or intangible yung result. But usually lower price, but you can sell more volume. So yung mga products like text your ex back, mga ganun, nandun siya. Avoid dying, so that's of course health, weight loss, herbal medicines, cures, okay? And yung mga hobbies, horse riding, ballet, golf. Basically, kung nasaan yung pera, okay? Yun yung pwedeng may market doon mabentahan. Okay? So, with that, let's move on to the next one. How do I know if the expertise I have is convertible to an info product that people may be willing to buy? Yan. Anyone else have this question? So this is asked by Glyza. Ella also has this question in mind. Okay. Others pretty much medyo sure na sila. But if it's convertible, one of the easiest things to know is to find if you have competitors. Okay. There's a question later on no, about, I'll touch it later on. But if you have competitors, that's a good sign that convertible siya into an info product. Okay. So for example, let me go to ClickBank. ClickBank is one of the websites where you can, I would say they exclusively sell information products. No? So it's a good marketplace to check the validity. So if you can see, you can search plenty of products there. No? So they have for singing, for languages, for dancing, paleo, workout, business. So what you can do is go to a product page, search by gravity. So in gravity, it's the ano siya, algorithm siya. Hindi walang specific formula publicly available. But the higher the number that you see here, it means a lot of different affiliates are making sales. Kumbaga, what the point here is that kasi malay mo may isang affiliate ang galing magbenta. Pero siya lang yung nakakabenta. Does that mean madali siya ibenta? Baka lang talented yung isang tao. Kaya kaya niyang magbenta. Pero paano yun kung ang daming tao kaya mabenta itong product na to? And chances are, iba-iba yung skill level. So, ibig sabihin, kahit hindi ka magaling magbenta, pero nagko-convert pa rin siya, that product is a bestseller. It's well written and it's very tight yung offer niya. So, if you see may expertise ka and nakita mo, uy, may mga product na it sells well, that's a good sign. Okay? That's a good sign. Next is, sabihin natin wala sa ClickBank or yung niche na yon, hindi bagay doon. May nagbanggit dito, is it Dolly? Yeah, research in Amazon. So you can check out Amazon.com for books or, of course, we're talking about info products. So mas maganda hanapin mo rin yung same type of product no, doon sa Amazon. So books or audio recordings, yung mga ganong klaseng product. Kasi for example, kung survival guide, maaaring marami bibili ng survival guide, but malay mo puro sila cooler, puro bug repellent, etc. Hindi necessarily bumibili ng books. That might be a red flag, no? But I did a research din sa survival, marami din books ang binibili ng mga tao doon sa niche na yon. So that's a good way to check. Of course, you could check offline, like meetups and seminars. Ano ba offline na info product, di ba, na bumibili, nagbabayad ang tao. So kung seminar yan, they're probably willing to attend a webinar at the same topic. Kung nagmi-meet up sila, kung paid yung meet up, they'll probably pay as well to get your information. No? A secondary option would be like to find Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, or forums where people gather. Perhaps hindi siya barometer kung may nabibili na information product, but at the same time, at least alam mo kung magbebenta ka, may enough people who will be interested in it. At the same time, you can reach out to these people, no? You can connect with them, try to interview them, and tanong mo sila, like, what have you bought about say, singing, di ba? Did you enroll in a program? Did you do it online? Did you buy a book? Para alam mo din, baka hindi bagay yung singing book, pero bagay yung singing na video course, di ba? Or webinar or live demo. So, it gives you a sign. Kung hindi man lang direct, you can ask them what they've experienced. It will give you an insight kung babagay yung offer mo o hindi. Okay, hope that was clear, no? Aldrin, the more crowded the niche, the better. There's no one clear way to answer that, but ganito na lang, I would rather be in a crowded niche than in one na walang competitor. So that's one. Siguro in that crowded niche, you can find sub-niche na baka hindi pa nasa-serve, right? So, kunwari, like recently, I've been seeing a lot of entrepreneurs putting out content on how to survive or make your business recession-proof, etc. So, they could be saying the same advice as they would say normally, but medyo ni-tweak nila yung angle, creating a different angle, different USP that will make it stand out in people's mind. So I would rather go in a crowded market and find a smaller niche or position my offer differently rather than one zero talaga. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. So next, what do you need to consider when creating the info product? Like, do you need to be an expert? Or if not, what is it that will make you credible or believable? And so let me ask you before I move on. Who among you here would consider yourself an expert in your niche? I mean, don't be shy, right? If you have the credibility, if you have the experience, please feel free, to say yes. There's no judgment here. But if you don't, do you feel that you're an expert or no in your field? Jonathan, yes. Pat, no. Dolly, yes. Chris, no. Arlene, yes. Aldrin, Izzy, no. Maita, Bea, right? So most, I'd say 60% would say no. Okay. So here's how ito talaga yung habol natin. So in terms of expertise, at the end of the day, that's just a symbol. Right? That's just a symbol of what we are really looking at. Okay. So answer me this. Bakit importante sa'yo na expert siya? Ano ngayon kung expert siya? Why? Why do you want to listen to an expert? Mas credible to answer my question. So I guess K-Suite knowledgeable din. No BS, shortcut to success. Yeah, makes sense. Reliable advice. People listen to experts over somebody who is not worth my money. They'll teach me the incorrect info. Okay. So this made me think, no, right now lang. um, this is a bit weird. Okay, bigla ko lang naisip to, no? I want to try to make a point. Something I want to experiment with. Now, you're here right now, no? Listening to me. Would you consider me an expert in what I'm talking about right now? Thank you. Buti bilis sagot nun. Mahirap na kung walang sumagot. Anyway, but I don't have certificates. I didn't have a course about I didn't finish a course about email marketing. Wala naman nagbigay sa akin ng permit to do this. So what about it that made me an expert about this? Results. I guess the output, the proving of what I'm saying, no? Results, students, testimonials. Right. Okay. So at the end of the day, from what I can see here, diba, you have to be able to prove your claims, basically. To prove your claims in order for people to believe you. Okay? Would you agree with that? Because everybody can claim anything, diba? Everybody can claim anything. So it's really the proof that would make you believable. Would you agree? Because I don't have certificates, I don't have any of that. And from what you said, it's mostly the proof and I guess the output that made you convinced, no? Thank you, Dolly, Faith. All right, so my point here being is that marami kasing yung fear is yung expertise nga, right? Marami nang nauna, marami nang magaling, marami nang may kanya-kanyang following, right? And that's true. And even when I started, ganun na din yung case. Okay, maybe not in email marketing, but with affiliate marketing, when I started off, ang dami nang nagiging affiliate. So I started off as an affiliate of the Truly Rich Club. And when I joined, ang dami na rin affiliates nun. Wala pa akong alam sa website, lahat-lahat. No? Pero kinapalan ko lang mukha ko, no? At that time. So what I mean here, for example, so kumbaga hindi siya barrier in what I'm trying to say, if may mga nauna na. And let me do another example here, no? So in terms of, at the end of the day, ang habol natin dito is credibility and trust, no? Because expertise can be in the form of certificate, or it can be a form of just kilala mo lang siya, right? Kung kapatid mo, of course, assuming you're on good terms, no? Mataas pa rin credibility niya sa'yo. Hindi niya kailangan ng certificate eh. Pareho kayo ng dugo. Diba? So there's really no one way of proving one's credibility. Would you agree? Alma, thank you. How about the others? Mukhang wala ditong may credibility sa kapatid. Bea, Chris, Venus, yan. So there's no one way. So let me give you an example. So kung ano masakit yung, sabi natin, laki ng katawan, no? May muscle, laki ng shoulder. Masakit ito. Ouch, yan, ouch. Then, sabihin natin si Brian to. Ayan. Tapos pumunta siya sa isang doktor, no? Doktor, yan. Square ng shoulders. Anyway, doktor siya. Then, isang tingin sa'yo ng doktor, wala siyang tinanong sa'yo. No questions. Bigyan ka ng reseta. Okay? Inumin mo lang yan 3 times a day. Every day. For 7 days. Sabi natin, ganyan. Tapos, hindi ka naman niya tinanong or hindi niya inalam anong source, anong type of problem, kumikirot ba, sa umaga lang ba, sa gabi lang ba, etc. Okay? Then, on your way back, sa may drawing yan. On your way back, sabihin natin, naghihintay ka ng sakay. Okay? Ay, weird na. Wait, sorry about the drawing yan. Hintay ka ng sakay. Tapos may nakatabi ka, yan din, malaki din katawan. Tapos, nakita niya, nirurub mo yung shoulder mo. Nirurub mo siya. Tapos, tiyento niya, bro, ano problema sa shoulder mo? Tapos, kinento mo, in-explain mo yung mga problema mo. So, blah, blah, blah. Tapos, sabihin niya, ganun ba yan, bro? Parang, pag umaga, kumikirot mo siya. Okay? Tapos, pero pag nag-warm up na, nawawala. Pero pag matutulog ka, bumabalik na naman. Tapos parang mas masakit pa sa gabi. Tapos sabi niya, oo. Di ba? Oo, 100 times. So, the next sentence na sasabihin niya would be the tip. Di ba? Would be the tip. Ganito yung ginawa ko kaya nawala sa akin. What do you think is the credibility niya? Na ano ba yung chances, kung ikaw to, ano yung chances na maniniwala ka sa kanya? So, ibibigay niyang tip. Now that na-describe niya exactly ano yung nararamdaman mo. So, from 1 to 100, 1 to 100, ano yung believability score na ibibigay niya sa kanya? 30. Experience. Venus, 85. How about others? 90, 90, 60. At least 75, 80. 90, Aldrin. 75, 90. 90, that's experience. Okay? May sinabi ba ako na expert siya? Meron ba tayong alam na credible siya, nurse ba siya, ano yung background niya, mamamatay tao ba siya? Wala, di ba? But, of course, assuming that decent person siya. Let's make the assumptions clear. But the reason that we trust him, di ba, is because he can describe our problems better than anyone can, di ba? Being the doctor, we will believe them by default because of the position. Okay, may authority siya. But even with that, mas sa akin, kung ako mismo, dumaan ako sa doktor, mababaw na yung, parang, alam mo yun, kung hindi niya naramdaman yung pain ko, I would understand based from head knowledge. But iba pa rin, di ba? Iba pa rin yung may nakadaan ng exactly ng nadaanan mo and siya ang nagbigay ng solusyon. Why? Lalo na pag naging he or she successfully went through that pain and overcame it, ang laki nung tiwala ko sa kanya. Siguro mas kukulitin ko pa siya more than the doctor. Right? Yan. Oo, sa doktor, tama ka, sweet. Baka mag-second opinion ka pa. Right? So the key here, if you want to create that credibility, right? That credibility, that trust immediately is through understanding your audience's problem. Right? That's one of the most, I wouldn't say instant, but definitely kung hindi mo to gawin, diba? If you don't have that reliability, that background, that body of work yet to give proof, the best way to do that is by articulating their problem better than they can. Okay? Kasi kung unang email mo pa lang, sinabi mo lahat ng pain point ng reader mo. Parang binasa mo yung utak ko ah. Di ba? Pag ganun nangyari, syempre, hindi mo maiwasan to gravitate towards that writer, that reader, that email sender, that influencer, whatever you want to call them. Right? Would you agree? Yan, Alma. Thank you, Darius, Mark. So, sabihin natin, wala ka pang credibility. This is one of the best ways to do so, to prove it, to prove your knowledge by articulating their pain better than they can. Okay? Yes, Alfonso, your readers will assume that automatically that you know your stuff. Right? And, yeah, syempre, alam mo naman, di ba? We are mas takot tayo sa pain more than the reward. Right? Like, if you get an award, sabihin natin, nagpatawa ka, right? You're a comedian. 99% of people would laugh, tapos may isa doon sumimangot or parang gumusot yung mukha. Parang mas so bother ka doon sa isa eh. Right? We have that kind of affinity to pain, weird affinity to pain. And if you can articulate that better than anyone can, di ba? Kasi usually yung pain, nahihiya tayo sabihin yan eh. Di ba? Parang it's a sign of weakness. Minsan nahihiya tayo i-share lahat. Di ba nga, mayroong mga case ng COVID-19, hindi din disclose na kung saan sila pumunta at nakahawa sila. It's because parang, I guess, may shame to some extent na matreat ka differently. And minsan tinatago natin yun. And if somebody can come out of nowhere and explain exactly mga hinanakit mo sa loob na hindi mo nilalabas, boom, parang finally somebody can understand. Right? And that's instant credibility. Of course, it takes work to do that, but kumbaga, I don't want to call it a shortcut, right? But it's something that's natural in humanity. Okay? Yan. Did that make sense to you guys? Thank you, Jonathan. No? Yan. So, thank you, Arlene. All right. So, one of the best questions to ask, no, in order to get yung pain nila, I'm sure some of you have already know this, no, is asking what's your single biggest challenge when it comes to blank. So your topic, okay? So this is popularized by Dr. Glenn Livingston, na pinasikat ni Ryan Levesque. So you can get his book. His book is entitled Ask. So he explains more thoroughly kung ano tong why this question is, no? The reason, simple lang yung question, but there's a lot of nuances inside that. First, it's open-ended. Okay, it's open-ended. Because when you ask this in a survey, kung you ask them to fill out a survey, we look at the people with the longest answers. Okay? Kasi chances are, sila yung pinaka gusto maghanap ng sagot na yon. Isipin mo lang, in practicality, kung in real life, kung titiyanong ka, ano yung single biggest challenge mo sa pagsasayaw? Ako naman, wala akong interest sa pagsasayaw. Ngayon, sabihin ko lang, matigas katawan ko. Yun lang, pero wala akong masyadong, parang para lang may masabi. Pero paano kung sagot ko, problema ko na nga, high school pa. Gusto kong gumawa gusto ko mag-split. Pero ang sakit ng hips ko, gusto kong mag-headstand, pero lagi ako nauumpog. Pero dream ko talaga makagawa ng name, yung mga sinasayaw ng Street Boys, blah, blah, blah. Di ba? Isipin mo, who is more likely to enroll in a dancing class? Di ba? Yung isang sumagot ng, tigas katawan ko. or yung kunento niya yung pain niya mula high school. Right? So, yun yung nuance ng question na to. Hindi lang, open-ended siya because we also count the length of the answer. And you want to focus on, say, the top 20% of the answers. Kasi pag kinonsider mo lahat ng sagot, you might get misdirected. Because if you give the same weight as though sa mga maiksi ang sagot, di ba, baka mas skew yung results. Okay? And also, second nuance is they're asking the challenge. Okay? They're asking the challenge because often people doesn't know what they want, but they know what they don't want. Di ba? Parang ito, I'm sure nadaanan nyo na to. Pag may nagtanong ito yung isa sa mga pinakamahirap sagutin na question sa buong buhay natin. Saan tayo kakain? Di ba? Saan tayo kakain? Walang gusto sumagot niyan. Pag may sumagot, may magsasabi, ay, wag tayo dyan, ayoko ng Japanese. Or ayoko dyan, ayoko naman araw-araw tayo sa Jollibee. Alam mo yun, alam natin ano yung ayaw natin, pero walang gusto sumagot ng gusto natin. Right? So we are piggybacking on that kind of mentality. Para sabihin natin, sige, ano na lang ba ayaw mo? Ayan. So parang ganyan yung tinatanong natin. So eventually, when we get a lot of these issues, doon tayo makaka-form ng offer natin. Alam natin ano susulat natin sa email. Alam natin ano i-offer natin as a lead magnet to build our email list. Okay? Does that make sense? Was it clear? Right. So the next question is, what's the best platform to build an audience? Okay. So let me see if, yeah. What's the best platform? So, nakwento ko kanina, gusto ko mag-build kasi you can start your business naman on a Facebook group, Facebook page, and I know a lot of people are doing that. Sa akin lang, medyo conservative ako na entrepreneur. Sino dito yung gusto medyo safe, hindi masyado risky? Would you say, type mo na dito sa chat, are you risky or cautious? Cautious, risky, attorney, ah. Well, you're an attorney, so we kind of ibang level ng risk and cautious sa'yo. Right, a lot more cautious than risky. All right, perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Hi, Joanna. Hello. Novi, risky. All right. So, tiyatanong niyo sa akin ano yung platform na best, no, to build an audience. So, kwento na naman. Dadaan ko sa kwento yan. Okay? So, one day, some of you have heard this na rin. Isang gabi, no, 9 p.m., ako and my wife, yan, laki mo. Anyway, we were watching TV, okay? Tapos may tumawag, okay? Yung may building malapit sa business ng family ng wife ko, nasusunog, okay? So, nasusunog siya, on fire. So, we went there, takbo kami, patay mo na TV, takbo, run here. Tapos nakita namin, pero hindi naman affected yung business nila, no? So, great relief. Pero nag-stay na rin kami, nakiusyoso kami. Tapos meron isang tindahan. Yung isang kapitindahan nila went back, okay? Bumalik siya dito. She was from Antipolo kasi yung ginagawa niya mga prom dress, okay? Mga prom dress, yan. So pumunta siya sa isang debut ng isang kliyente niya. Yun nung nalaman niyang nagkasunog, bumalik siya right away, all the way from Antipolo. Sa ano to? Sa Divisoria na bumalik. So, let me ask you, bakit siya bumalik agad? Ano yung gusto niyang ma-save sa tindahan niya? Let me know sa chat. Wala na. Go, give me your guess. Ari-arian? Dresses? Sige, dresses. Let me write them. Products? Yes, pretty similar. Funds? Makina? Lahat, syempre. Inventory? Machine? Contactless? Documents? Yan. Actually, nandito yung sagot. Okay? Dito yung sagot. Dresses, hindi niya binalikan yan. Okay? Pwede naman siya gumawa ulit. Yung product, same, no? Yung funds, minimal lang naman. Usually naman, petty cash yung nandyan, no? Hindi yan binalikan niya. Yung makina, hindi rin. Documents, hindi rin. Ang binalikan niya, yung address book niya. Okay? Yan yung binalikan niya. Kasi, nandyan na yung list of customers niya, nandyan din yung mga suppliers niya. Siyempre, chances are, hindi siya makakontinue ng business dun sa building na yon. Lilipat siya temporarily. Correct? So, he has to contact everyone, lahat ng customer niya, to let them know saan sila lilipat. Kasi otherwise, syempre wala nang landline yan, di ba? You will be the one to contact them. So you have to tell them saan ka nalilipat. Para hopefully, pupuntahan ka pa rin nila. Okay? Secondly, yung mga supplier mo, syempre may mga utang ka sa kanila. Di ba? Kasi sa wholesaling, normally naka-terms kayo eh. 30, 60, 90 days. So gusto mo din malaman nasaan sila para alam nila na pwede mong pakiusapan, na nasunugan ka, pwede pa extend ng term, para alam nila hindi mo tatakasan so that pwede ka pa umorder sa kanila. So that's how important that is. Lahat yan mapapalitan mo eh. Yung dress, yung funds, yung machine, lahat papalitan mo. Pero yung contact list, pag nawala yan, di ba? That's one of one. Sa'yo lang yan. The rest, pwede mo ma-replenish. Does that make sense? Na-realize ba si attorney parang may epiphany dito. Yes, yan yung binalikan niya. Ako din, when I heard that, parang din ako, na-surprise din ako. No? Bea, how about others? Did that make sense to you o hindi malinaw? Bakit niya binalikan yung contact list? Chris, make sense? How about others? Clear. Maita, Pat, Mark, all right. So, all that is to say na data is very important. Okay? Data is very important. And so, data is very important. That's why, di ba, we have to have ownership of it. Okay? And sabihin natin, let me ask you, write down sa chat, what social media platforms are you on? Facebook, Twitter, IG, TikTok, may Snapchat pa ba? Let me know. Right? Diba, may Pinterest pa, YouTube. So ang point ko is that there are a lot of overlaps, especially like Facebook, LinkedIn, IG. But meron ding hindi kayo pareho. Right? Twitter, sa YouTube, di lahat may presence. Diba, iba-iba yung titignan. Iba walang Facebook. Okay? So iba-iba, kalat-kalat. But I'm pretty sure everyone has something in common. Right? Nakuha ni Steph. Email. Right? You have to have an email in order to create those accounts. Yun yung common factor among everyone. Right? So all these social media platforms, they require you to have an email address in order to create an account. I believe you can't even buy anything off Amazon if you're not a registered member. Okay? So in a lot of ways, email is your digital DNA. So does that make sense? So if you ignored like building an email list, if you rely solely on creating your audience on Facebook, on IG, any day, like masama gising ni Zuckerberg na babaan niya yung reach, cancel niya yung account mo. Right? It happened to my friend na almost hundreds and thousands na yung Facebook group niya. May nag-complain siguro na competitor, na shutdown yung group niya. Buti na may email list siya. So he rebuilt it again. Okay? Pero hindi lahat, di ba? But at least may email list siya. Yun yung most responsive ones. So, sa akin, firstly, I want to build, okay, on my own land. So that's my email list. Okay? Then of course, I will expand. Kaya hindi naman tayo may FB group, di ba? Expand, okay, later on to like other social media. And these are kind of rented property. Beautiful writing. Yan. Does that make sense? Kaya gusto ko unahin to. Sure, may bayad. May bayad yung email list. May bayad bumili ng domain. May bayad mag-hosting. Pero di ba entrepreneur ka? You know how to distinguish between an investment and a cost. And what would you say this email list is? Especially in the long run. Is this an asset or a cost? Tumbok ni Attorney Easy. How about others? Do you see this an asset or a cost? Let me know. Let me know sa chat. Huwag mahiya. Because this will reflect on what you want to do. Okay? Right? It's an asset. Right? So kaya ko gusto tanongin sa simula, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur? Kasi if you shy away, gusto ko, if you want to stay in the free side, there's no problem. Let me be clear, there's no problem. But kaya ko tinanong kung cautious ka or risky. Okay? Because there is a risk involved here. I'm not saying that there's zero risk here, but alam mo naman, iba yung, it's a matter of risk assessment. It's more likely that if you have ownership, you have more flexibility. Dito nga, hindi mo makuha email list, even follower mo sila. Clear? Right. So for the question, which platform is best? I think clear na sa inyo. In my opinion, it would be building your emails first because you want to build your own assets on your own land, then expand. Okay? And hindi lang about ownership ito Even statistically, like this one from Open Monster. Of course, there's more people who have email. It's still the preferred channel for promotions. Conversion rate it's higher compared to social media. I wouldn't say like focus on like the exact 6%, but the fact that it's more than social media because that may change, no? Yeah, and ROI can be measured compared to social media na minsan di mo masabi ano yung ROI mo dyan, no? Okay, hope you're clear with that. So we're going to the next question. How do you market info products effectively? Okay, so balik tayo sa drawing, okay? Alright, now please tolerate this. Okay, so let me move this first, okay? So I'll show you a simple funnel, okay? Alright, or keeps you horrified. So 3 steps, okay? There we go. So first is, this would be the opt-in. So this is where you build your list. I'm sure you pretty much nakita nyo to, like, I'll give you 25% off if you give me your email address, or be part of our newsletter, or get our free course. So that's for me. I have a free course, email marketing crash course, if you give me your email address. So I'm building my list there. I'm giving out a lead magnet. So that's what you give in exchange for their email address. Okay. So that's step 1. Get them on your list. The next one is send emails. Okay. So the emails will be about building relationship, diba? Pitching your product, and parang giving out content, okay, which is part of building relationship, okay? And this is the selling mechanism, yung email mo. Of course, you can have sales pages, but at the bare minimum, if you have that relationship, if warm na yung audience mo, that's my experience. When I did my first product, I didn't have a sales page. I didn't do a webinar. I'll talk about this later on, no? But I just gave them what the offer is, gave them a link to PayPal, then yun na. Kumbaga, bare minimum kaya mong gawin yun just through this bare bones system. Then, of course, the last one would be like yung conversion, yung pag-deliver mo ng product mo. Delivery of the product. Okay? So, ganyan na yung sales funnel niya, yung flow natin. Okay? I'll dig deeper later on and give you resources on how to make it, to give you more meat, especially dun sa middle, no? Yan. So, the next one, how to create that email list that turn that list into your raving fans. Okay, I think we have 2 similar questions here. Yan. How do you get leads from scratch and grow it aside from advertising? So this focuses more on the first, diba, tatlong square yung ginawa ko. This focuses on the first one. Where do you get people? How do you attract people to join your list? Okay, so walang tayong choice. So drawing na naman tayo. There we go. So I call this yung cookie crumbs na approach. So let me explain, no? So ang gusto natin with this, no? So imagine this. This is a chocolate cookie. Yan, may parang Chips Ahoy. Yan, Chips Ahoy. Tapos kuha tayo ng isang piece dito. Piece. Tapos, tika lang. Wag cookie, wag cookie. Sabihin natin, again, say, dog food. So parang bone. Okay? Pero kinut off natin isang piece. Okay? So nandito yung one piece na yun. So what happens is, this is the same funnel on opposite naman, okay? This is the opt-in, okay? These are the emails, and this is the product, okay? So, Dog food. Tingin mo sino yung ma-attract dito? Who do you think will be attracted to this dog food? Itong one piece na lying around there. Dogs and or cats. How about others? Pet owners. Dogs. I feel the hesitation. Don't worry, hindi ako type na yung magre-ridicule, no? But correct. I won't make fun of you. No? All right. Of course, would be the natural one would be dogs, no? Dogs. And wag mo tanungin anong breed siya. Sa floating dog siya. so, siya yung ma-attract dito. Okay? Probably pupulutin niya yung kakainin yan. Tapos, of course, may crumbs dito. Susundin niya yung crumbs all the way there. Di ba? Until makuha niya yung product, yung dog food, then tatakamin na niya yan. So, parang ganun yung funnel natin in the sense that give me your niche. Gawin nating sample yung niche mo. Give me a niche, your niche dito sa chat para gawan natin ng example dito. Feel free kung ano yung relationship. Could you be more particular, Steph? Is it about keto? Sige, say keto. Say your product is, sabihin natin, do you have a particular product, Alfonso? Meal plan. Okay. So, core, meal plan siya ng keto. So, that's your product. Okay? Sabihin natin, 52-week meal plan, buong year. Okay? Keto. So, ano kayang pwedeng, ano yung equivalent nito? Let me do a red one first. Dito. Maybe we can do take off 1 week. Right? 1 week na keto meal plan. Complete with shopping list pa. Okay? Gusto mo pa nga pati sa ang grocery eh, di ba? Grocery location. Yun yung pamimigay mo. And sino yung mga attract mo dito? Right? Mga health conscious, right? Health conscious na particularly interested sa keto, your market. Yan. Keto believer, right? So they will probably sign up to get your freebie, which is part of your product, di ba? And once they're in your list, di ba, you can send them emails about the benefits of keto, what not to do with keto, dangers of keto, how long you should do keto, what are the safe way to do it, etc. And eventually, yung meat niyan, we can discuss in more detail, no? What's your big why? Di ba? Why are you doing this? Why are you telling me about keto? What's in it for you? Okay? So, once you do that, you build trust, you build credibility, right? And they are more likely, especially kung maganda tong binigay mo, di parang halos no-brainer to get a year's worth of it. Okay? So that's kind of a simplified way of how we do the sales funnel, right? So that's what I call in cookie crumbs. Although ito dog food crumbs ang point natin. Was that clear? Did that make sense for you? Yes, Alfonso, Mommy N, thank you. How about the others? I'll wait for 10 responses before we move on. All right. Yun. So yeah. So that's our response there, no? So the next one. Ito pala. So we talked about list building, no? And I think members of the Inbox Society community already are familiar with this. But I will be launching yung 14-day rapid list building challenge by April, by next month. No? So this will be free for my Inbox Society members. Excuse me. And I will be charging for a friendly fee naman for people who would want to, hindi lang siya knowledge, like I'm explaining to you the principles. Dito talaga like, we're preparing like step-by-step guides for you to build this, like pag-create pagkuha ng domain, pagbili ng web host, the nitty-gritty step-by-step, and how to promote your email, your lead magnet, etc. So if you're interested in finding out more about it, I'll be announcing this sa newsletter naman, no? But if you want to be on a waiting list for this to make sure you don't miss out, just email me at alan@digitalsolopreneur.com, subject line rapid. No? Subject line rapid. Okay? So just to give you a heads up what's coming up sa atin, no? All right. So, 1 hour 30 minutes na pala tayo. Okay pa ba kayo? So, yes, all right. Perfect. So next, the question. What are the pros of promoting your own product versus being an affiliate of other people's product? Okay. Does everybody understand what affiliate marketing is? So basically with affiliate marketing, you are selling somebody else's product to your own list in exchange for a commission. Okay? So yun yung, in essence, ganun siya. So instead of selling your own product, you're selling somebody else's. So ano yung advantage niya? Okay? So firstly, sa affiliate, ang maganda dito, this is how I started as well, no? Sa affiliate. Because one of the advantage is speed. Okay? So I think pwede ako mag-type dito. One is speed. Mabilis siya. Kasi the challenge with creating your own product is you have to create your own product. And that takes time. No? With affiliate, nagawa na nila yung product, nasulat na nila yung sales page, nagawa na nila yung welcome email, yung automation, yung product delivery. All you have to do is tell your audience to buy it. Of course, you have to do it. It's not as simple as that, but basically, in essence, ganun lang yung gagawin mo. And you can get your commission. Hindi mo na kailangan atupagin yung pag-deliver ng course, pag-deliver ng program. Problema na ng product owner yun. Kaya, another advantage is actually simplicity. Right? All you have to do is sell and get the money. You don't have to worry about the support. Don't have to worry about delivering the content, hosting the content, creating the content, all that stuff. Okay? And it's also, of course, it's less risky because you're not spending time and money creating something na baka hindi bumenta. In fact, in a lot of ways that the affiliate marketing, you only select products naman na, alam mo yun, yung feeling mo bebenta, bagay sa audience mo. So the risk is lesser there. Okay? Kasi especially if proven na yung product, your brand, it's less risky. Okay? The problem is that you have lack of control. Yun yung takot mo dyan. In what way? First, continuity. Paano kung one day ayaw na ng product owner to sell it or to close down the affiliate program? Wala kang magagawa. Right? The terms. Paano kung 30% commission mo, next month 20, next month 10, 5. Di ba? Medyo, yun yung wala ka masyadong control. And if you send traffic to their list, to their product, wala ka rin access like, sometimes there's limited access to yung mga customers na bumili ng product nila. Like, if you want to identify yung mga customers na bumili so that you can identify sino ba yung mga buyers sa list ko, you have limited control, di ba? Pero minsan pwede rin naman. But yun nga, there's that drawback. Now, in the case of sa your own product naman, of course, may mga advantage yan. Of course, firstly, yung control, okay? You have yung margins sa'yo din, okay? Of course, instead of earning 30% from every sale, you earn 100. Okay? That's the simple computation for it. And scale. Siyempre, one of the downside when I was selling an affiliate product is hindi ko siya magawa like upsell, downsell. Kasi pag pumasok siya sa funnel ng product owner, siya na bahala mag-upsell and downsell. And baka wala kang commission doon sa products na yon. Right? And you can do that for your own product. You have more flexibility with that. Downside, of course, it can be slow. Okay, creating everything from scratch. It can be risky if you're spending so much time tapos ibebenta mo, gawa kang nagawa before mo i-pre-sell, then you spend 2 months, pag binenta mo, walang bumili. So there's that risk there. And of course, you have to bring in the support. Diba? You have customer support. Pag may nag-refund, ikaw mag-aasikas. Kung may tanong, ikaw magko-coach, so on and so forth. Right? But of course, kumbaga, may compensation naman yun because all of the profit will be on your end. You have flexibility. Kumbaga, may katumbas lahat ng pros and cons. Okay? So, yeah. So, next one. I'll try to power through some of them. Baka you guys, baka may naghihintay na sa inyong activities later on. So, I've been thinking about making an ebook. So, this is from Madeline. But I was wondering, how do people do it? I mean, are we allowed to make an ebook on Canva with royalty-free images and sell them? So with doing it, I did mention earlier that you can just like go fire up, for example, MS Word or Google Doc, right? Write your book there, write your content, your tips, and simply export it as a PDF. Basically, in essence, you can do that. No? In terms of Canva, I just did a quick check, a quick search. Ito yung nakita ko. Like, you can create a professional book cover for free. So if you have any questions with regard to the proprietary rights of using their platform for your cover, maybe it's best if you connect with their support team just to be sure before you sell it. But based from a quick search that I did, mukha namang libre siya. Kasi I believe there are covers na may bayad, there are covers na free. So you're just clarify with them, no, just to be sure. If you want naman, you can hire somebody like from Fiverr.com to create your ebook cover, or use a software called like Designer. Like I could I'll put it here sa chat natin. So that's basically converting, like, if you have a Google Doc, you could upload that to Designer para i-format niya, para may header, may footer, may design. No, so that's a paid product. I'm sorry, I'll put it to public. Yan, designer.com. Right? So next, how do I find potential buyers for my info products? As I mentioned, yung mga kanina examples natin about list building, that's basically how we do it. But sabihin natin step-by-step details, I don't think like I would give it justice via our live Q&A call lang. I would suggest, Agnes, no, if you're interested, I talk about that in detail dito sa upcoming challenge natin. And I'll not only share with you where to find them, what to do, but I'll actually show you. I'll walk you through how to do it. Okay. So yeah. Next is, which target market has the least competition, so I can decide which info product to sell. Now we touched upon this earlier, no? Competition is actually good. Okay. The trick is creating a different. Take note, I said different, but not necessarily a better product than your competitor. Right? You can change up the offer, but doesn't necessarily have to be a better product. Okay? So maybe you can offer the same product as your competitor, pero sa'yo nakatagalog. Right? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's better, but it's different. Right? Pwedeng specifically sabihin natin yoga for BPO. Right? Baka may ibang factor pag graveyard shift. Okay? So again, I would rather be in a more congested market niche than one that wala talaga at all. Okay? Of course, hindi naman ideal na sobrang daming competitor, but I would rather have competitors than wala. Then from there, I would find a different angle for my offer. Okay? So, of course, di lang tayong taong naghanap ng negosyo, di ba? There are tons of smart people out there, and if they aren't touching one particular niche, that's a red flag, di ba? Of course, you can't be you can be the first. Sabihin natin kay Billy, kanina yung CCNA na ebook, pinakita ko sa simula. So for him, I think siya yung first sa market na may yung parang Tagalog na training ng CCNA. Lahat kasi international kasi na certification siya. So usually sa mga review school siya inaaral. So siya mismo nadaanan niya yung pag-aral sa review school. I think yun nga issue niya eh. I think he couldn't really afford going to the review school. Kaya nag-self-study siya. So he wanted to create ebook na Pinoy-friendly. So in that sense, limited yung competition or mahal yung competition. So he created a lower cost offer. Na same lang naman tinuturo niya, pero tinagalog using his own approach and experience. And yun nga, eventually nakapagpatayo siya ng bahay using the sales from his ebook and eventually course, no, about the topic. So yeah, I hope that was clear, no, Agnes. Let me know if you have any more questions. If you will be starting your affiliate journey, how would you do it? there are so many ways on how to promote other people's products. So this is from Mark. Nandito si Mark, di ba, right? Ano pala gusto mo, bro? Darwin o Mark? Dito kasi Darwin yung name. Darwin, okay. So Darwin. So sa akin, tama ka, maraming ways of doing it. So I would only suggest what I've done and what worked for me. So sa akin is give an honest review of the product, yung pros and cons. Pati importante yung cons Kasi alam mo naman, tanong ko sa inyo sino sa inyo perfect? Sino sa inyo perfect? Perfect na tao. Na pinag-iisipan yung mabuti Yes or no? No one. How about others? Mali mo yung iba. Perfect for the right one. Jesus yan. Nobody, no. Wala. No. Yan. So, di ba, so alam natin nobody's perfect. And in a lot of ways, nothing is perfect. Right? Kaya sabihin natin nagre-review ka. Knowing that we have this inclination that no one's perfect, nothing is perfect. So pag nag-review ka, parang pag lahat perfect, parang di ba, lalong nakaka-raise ng flag. Ironically, kung kailan ka pa nagbigay ng flaw, yun yung most believable, yun yung mas tumataas yung tiwala sa'yo when we think that the flaw will turn people off. Does that make sense? Di ba? Kung sa akin, mas naniniwala ako sa taong papak-explain niya sa akin maganda, pati yung hindi maganda, hindi niya gusto. Right? And we're wired to understand that. So we see it as a red flag when somebody claims something to be perfect. Okay? Second is a walkthrough on how to use the product. So, ang maganda sa walkthrough kasi it gives clarity. So one of the scary things about, say, investing in a product, right? Some of you are my students. Maybe some of the things that naisip nyo before mag-invest is, ano ba makuha ko exactly pag bumili ako? How is the experience? Ano yung itsura ng membership site? Mag-download ko ba yan? Mapapanood ko? Maganda ba yung quality? Right? And giving them a walkthrough gives them clarity and, more importantly, reduces fear. No? And in fact, by reducing fear, it creates excitement. Right? So lately, I've been testing out a new software for my emails and for my business in general. Ang dami-dami kong walkthrough na pinanood. Right? A review, comparing this software against that, how to create a funnel, how to create emails using the software. Now, by the time I did the 30-day trial, halos alam ko na yung software, like it's familiar already. And that reduces my fear of getting it. Okay? And of course, if you do this well, it creates your brand. Na, ay, katiwa-tiwala to, okay yung review niya. Diba? Parang it sticks with you. Ganun din kung pangit. At the same time. But being honest goes a long way. Okay? Kahit hindi yung production, hindi top of the line yung production value. Being honest goes a long way. And of course, give an exclusive bonus if they get it from you. Right? So kung software yan, di ba? Maybe you have automations, they could copy and paste, you have templates, you have more demos, okay? Or hacks or tactics na hindi available sa FAQ. Okay? And bonus if you can interview the product owner. Like yun yung ginawa ko with the Truly Rich Club na interview ko si Brother Bo Sanchez, which helped me got me credibility instant. Okay? So, clear ba, Darwin? And for everybody else? Yan. All right. Perfect. So we're down to a few more slides. With the current situation, is it still okay to launch info product or much better to sell other people's products? So that's from Glyza. I would distinguish between other people's products and yours. So what I would suggest, siguro, actually, para may caveat naman, we are living in unprecedented times right now. And I don't think the rules have been written on how to approach this lockdown in terms of business, no? So whatever advice I'm gonna give you, this is more of my opinion rather than how it should be. So in my case, for me, ang approach ko is that since times are unpredictable and a bit crazy, people are looking for leadership. No? In many ways, we are all headless chickens running around not knowing what to do. No? So personally, my approach is I would like to go deeper than broader. Okay. So I would like to deepen my relationship rather than broaden my scope. Because when we think of selling our product, we're looking at more customers, right? Expanding our customer base. But first, I would like to check if my current customer base is doing okay. Okay. So what I mean is touch base with them first. Check in on how they're doing. Um, with just kamustahin mo lang sila with selling as the last thing on your mind. We can call them one by one, send a video message. Bonjoro.com would be a good way to create a video message. Or even just leave them an audio sa messenger. Just don't ghost them, no, at this time. Huwag yung biglang nawala ka. Huwag ka magpaparamdam. I mean, you're in here for the long run. Yun yung gusto natin, di ba? Long-term relationship, long-term business. So at least they know that you step up and care during this time, no? So what I'm seeing in terms of the business side lately is that a lot of people are offering their goods either for free or at a discount, no? It allows you to make it more accessible for them, kumbaga being considerate about the lack of income, right? The price, the tightening of the wallets. And you can view it as a test run for your product. Like if you're a membership, you can offer it for a free trial. Parang testing na rin nila yun. They're benefiting while you're giving them a chance to experience it on their own, right? Though I do still see people continuing to launch their product as is. Of course, the results of which I'm not privy to. Wala akong idea how their launch are doing. But I can see others going about their business naman. I'm not in a position to say which one is better, no? If I were to do my own launch, I would probably do it to warmer people on my list rather than cold audience who doesn't know me, like say running an FB ad. No, I've heard some entrepreneurs having some backlash when they're launching because parang it appears like they're tone deaf, alam mo yun, they're not sensitive. So I would siguro try to promote it to my house list, right? People who know me, who understand me, and know that I'm not a greedy bastard. So that would be my approach, no? I hope that helps, guys, no? Um, so we have a few more questions. So siguro I'll take this as the last one. Then if you have any live questions, I think I can allot like until 5 o'clock. If you have any more live questions, no? This is from Bea. When doing product research, what if some people are unresponsive in your list or rarely mag-reply? Hirap malaman kung anong needs ng list mo. Good thing may Facebook group, pero the people there aren't in your list yet. So it's normal actually, Bea, to have a small percentage of people reply to your email. Kaya one of the ways to actually increase it is to give them what to reply. Like reply with ready, reply with something. Because wala nang isip-isip, copy, paste, reply. No? However, I think yung habol mo kasi is doing survey responses, no? One way is to increase that is to provide an incentive for people who reply to who answer your survey. So maybe it's a thank you page, you give them a discount, you give them a freebie, you give them a copy of your book, whatever it is, no? If wala pa rin, maybe you consider revising the offer. Kasi chances are you're doing that survey in preparation to create product, right? Maybe maybe your product na yun, maybe they're not interested in it enough to care. Ano ba yun? So maybe it can be a chance for you to revise the offer, reword it so that it's relevant enough for their position to their situation so they would really care about answering the question, no? Maybe it's too broad or maybe it's too narrow. Try tweaking it, okay? And if you're getting in touch with them sa Facebook group, you can invite them to your list, or yung mga sumasagot, yung konting sumasagot ng survey mo, maybe you could try talking to them, understand their problems deeper, and maybe that's the missing link, no, to get more people to respond. All right, cool. So I'll reserve some of the questions at a later time. Now we're running up to 2 hours. I'll look for a way to respond to you guys. So sige, I'll do this one last. Because this, I think, I did some review for this. How would I know if a product would click? Paano ba ang advanced mag-isip style/diskarte as an email marketer? So in terms of a product, learning how paano ba parang, since marami sa inyo cautious, paano bang quote-unquote siguraduhin na mag-click yung product? I think dito papasok yung power of the email list, okay? Because there's an email list, okay, you can ask them what they need, right? Since may relationship na ka na with them, you can ask them what they need. Based from their need, yun nga, you can ask that SMIQ question, what's your single biggest challenge, no? From there, okay, let me go back to the drawing. Masterpiece coming up. So SMIQ, that's the question, no? Single most important question. From there, create an offer. Yung offer, hindi ko pa ginagawa yung product, no product. Parang ito, kumbaga parang promise pa lang. Ito yung parang promise mo, kumbaga sales letter pa lang siya. So ito yung ilalaman ng product that would solve your issue here. Okay? Then, you could offer it. Benta mo na siya. Diba? Sell the offer. If they bought, okay? If they bought, then make the product. If none, or parang sobrang konti lang, maybe if you're targeting 1% of your list to buy, then you fell way short. If none, then don't do it. Kung may bumili, ang mahirap nga kung may isang bumili, di ba? Will you make the product for one person? Siyempre, kung ganun nangyari, just refund na lang. Huh? Refund. And just, go back to your home base and regroup, no? Regroup and revise this offer. Okay? So that's something that you can do cautiously. So at least, pakita mo yung offer. You don't spend weeks, months at a time creating a product hoping that it would sell, right? At least dito, kung may bumili, you know what happens here? You become profitable from day one, right? It's like they're paying you to make the product instead of the other way around. Here, of course, you can give them a special price here, like 50% off. When I did this, I offered this at 8,000. Then lahat ng bumili dito, they had lifetime access to my inbox society. Right? Because I'm repaying them back for their trust in me na bumili sila kahit wala pa yung product. Right? When I did this pre-sell, I offered the product in May, I delivered it in July. Right? So I think there were 8 people at 8,000 a pop. So that was the first thing I sold of my own. Okay, so that's one way to approach it. Yeah, so that would be the last question about that here. Clear ba? Clear ba, guys? Ako, hindi ko kayo natanungan for a bit. Baka nakatulog na kayo. Clear ba? So the second part ng question niya is about diskarte. So kung kaya mo diskarte, I do have a free training, email marketing crash course. You can check it out at digitalsolopreneur.com/join EMCC. Right? So if you haven't gotten that, I'll show you the foundations, yung mga details naman about yung second part of the funnel, yung sa emails, no? Now, if you want more advanced, something na may templates, advanced training, discussion of sales pages, on how to build a list using Facebook groups, mga masterclasses on storytelling, we do have those advanced programs inside Inbox Society. And I think a lot of you guys here, nandito na rin, like si Attorney Izzy, Bea, Mami N, they're already here. So wala lang sila sa picture, but so that's our community there. You can check that out if you're interested. Yeah, so that's it. If you have questions, just post them here as questions. I'll just do my rundown, okay, dito sa slides. So favor lang, if okay lang sa inyo, no? Group photo, Mami N. Yeah, the group photo for here, no, for our session here. Thank you for reminding me. So favor lang, if it's okay with you guys, no, I'd like to get your biggest takeaway dito sa session natin today. I know it's been a couple of hours, no, so I'll post the link here. So basically, ito yung post ko sa Facebook group natin, no, yung may fruit. So let me know in the comments your biggest takeaway. It helps me create better training, better content for you guys. And I hope the 2 hours that you spent here was well worth it. Nagbonding tayo. So I think it's a break for your routine, no? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yeah, let's keep the conversation going sa chat, sa email, and have a great day. Stay safe. Wash your hands. God bless.